My dad grew up in a household full of 6 boys. It was just messing around, fighting, hierarchy, and pure dominance.
What did he say?
He lived in a time where boys were boys, girls were girls, kids were kids. They lived and experienced real life. They played out, not gamed. They failed. They didn't watch YouTube. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "It's not death that a man should fear, but he should fear not beginning to live." Life will not wait for you. Time will carry on going. The hours will go by till eventually you get so far, you say, "I regret not doing these things. I regret not trying. I regret not failing." It was about 5 years ago that it was the peak of me doing nothing. Everything that I did was mindless, aimless. There was no direction to what I was doing. I was wasting time partying, drinking, smoking, scrolling, eating junk food, and much more. All mindless activities to escape my reality. I couldn't get a grip or a hold of what my life had come to. I couldn't understand where my life was leading to, how my life got to this situation. I didn't want to put in the work that I knew I had to do to get to the position that I am today. But the question is, why did I want to escape my reality so much? That every activity that I did was mind numbing. I was running and running, but there was never a finish line. There was never a point that I got to where I said enough was enough. I just kept getting further and further into this rabbit hole, this deep dark void that was killing me inside, killing my personality, killing my feelings. I felt nothing but pure pain, depression, anxiety, overwhelming feeling of sadness. Have a think about this. You are climbing a mountain called Snowdon in Wales. It's long, it's hard, your legs are aching, your back is aching, but once you reach the top, you feel like you are on top of the world. You literally feel like a king sitting at the top of his castle, overlooking his city, his kingdom, his world. And this is exactly what it feels like living life, experiencing real life, having connections, helping people out, helping your community out, your friendship group, your family, looking after them, being the leader of your group, your friendship group, your family. And that's why so many people enjoy climbing mountains, because of this feeling of struggle, of pushing through them hard times, of being determined to get to where they need to be, to where they want to be, and then finally experiencing that blissful feeling. Especially if you're spending it with friends or family, you're doing this challenge together. You are going on this journey together. You are going through the struggle together. You're out in nature. You are with friends, and you're spending quality time together and out in nature. 3 things that you need to feel like a human being. Someone who has emotions and an aim, a destiny, a destination. It's good for your mental health because you have something to work towards. You have the relationship, the connection with your friends and your family. And nature frees your mind and fills your lungs with oxygen. Climbing a mountain was the very first thing that started my self-improvement journey. Before this, I loved the niche of self-improvement. I was always on self-improvement, but I was never really getting anywhere within my journey. I never felt any better. I didn't want to do the detox, the hard work. I didn't want to do the hard work until the very first hike that I went on. And I had to be forced to be on that hike. My family pushed me to go on that hike. I made excuses. I really did not want to go. I said I was busy, I didn't feel like it. Anything to make them stop asking me to go, but they physically forced me to go. And so I went. I started climbing this mountain, and that's where I really feel like my life began, where my self-improvement journey began. Because from this day forward was life-changing. My habits, the way that I thought, the connections that I had within my life. Before this, I wanted to push everyone away. I didn't want to do anything. I had no energy for anything. I didn't want to do hard things. But this very moment, this day, I was away from my phone. I said to myself that I would not go on my phone because I knew that it was a bad habit. And as you know, it is a bad habit to be scrolling. I did not go on my phone all day, and I spent quality time out in nature and with family. We achieved the top of the mountain, Snowdon. In Snowdonia, Wales, we got to the top, we reached the top, and that feeling hit me of relief that I'd reached the top. I pushed and I pushed, I kept going, I was aching, my back was aching, I was out of breath, I had to stop multiple times. I'd never been on a walk so long in my life. And I finally reached the top, and the feeling that I got made me feel like a human being, made me feel alive, made me feel like I was experiencing real life. Talking, having deep, intimate connections and conversation with family. Pushing through this struggle together, motivating each other to carry on going. And when we finally reached the top, we sat down and we ate food. Like we just went out and hunted a deer, and we finally were able to sit down and eat our prize. I experienced what real life was. I experienced hurt, what it felt like to be pushed through hard times, to be present, to breathe fresh air, to have ideas and feel light. This was a profound day for me, as you can tell, and I would expect this from anyone that has already achieved something like this or has experienced something like this. I don't want you to be stuck in that place that I once was. I wish that upon no one because of the way that I felt within them years that I was living my life. To go through this dark period so we can experience the light. But some things like this are needed to happen so we can experience the darkness, so we can experience the light. And so until then, brother, I will see you on the other side. Join my Discord, don't follow the crowd, become your own leader. Love you, boys.